This day started with so much optimism, but sadly, we're just gonna show you the destruction of Mariposa Grove.
Good morning. This is day 2 heading into Yosemite. We are heading to Mariposa Grove.
We're getting more daring in where we decide to park. There is a trailhead at the top of this road. Otherwise, we just took the closest road to the entrance and parked on the side of it. Worked out really well.
Very well. We'll see you there. Hey, we're the first people here. Early bird catches the worm. We are the first people at this trailhead. I think that is like the first time that's ever happened.
It's an uneventful drive.
That took, I think, 4 minutes for us to leave our parking spot and get here.
There's a little diner I know in every national park. It only serves oatmeal, eggs, and tortillas, but they do have fresh coffee.
And it is pretty delicious coffee, I must say.
We're ready to go here at Mariposa Grove. We're gonna start with the Washburn Trail. That'll take us to our actual trailhead, which is gonna be Mariposa Grove Trail. Washburn is 2 miles. Mariposa is up to 7, depending on when we want to turn around. And then there's the Big Trees Loop, which is very short and right in the beginning once we get to Mariposa Grove. So we're gonna get out there and see. Somehow I brought more clothes than Amber did on this trip.
A lot more.
A lot more warm clothes.
I'd like to point out that's not why he's giving me his coat, though. He was getting warm, so the coat became available.
Maybe you should wear these extra gloves. My hands are starting to get sweaty.
Moving on. There had to have been a massive storm that rolled through here. There's huge trees that are just snapped right in the middle. We had a camp spot all picked out, and we didn't feel like going all the way up because of how much damage it seemed like there was, and it was supposed to storm that night. And last thing we wanted to do was get trapped up on top of a road that we couldn't get out of.
It's a lot of broken, fallen limbs. Something definitely chewed this sign, and it was definitely bigger than a dog. That's nuts. Like a bear, probably not on that sign.
Oh.
These look like some pretty big marks. What is it? I don't think it's a dog. We've made it. Not a soul in sight. What is that? What?
There's a lot more of Mariposa Grove closed than what we thought. There was nothing at the trailhead and parking lot that indicated any of this was closed. I'm very surprised. Trail to Grizzly Giant and Upper Grove is still open apparently. We're gonna check that out while we're still here. Last summer, we did not come to Yosemite due to all of the wildfires. Mariposa Grove was one of the first things to close, and I think some of that destruction is why all of this is still closed. But like I said, there must have been some kind of storm or something that blew through here recently, because there is destruction everywhere.
First giant sequoia spotted. According to my handy dandy plant app, this is called a snow plant. I just think they're pretty, and they're the one living and thriving thing here, aside from some of the surviving sequoias. I understand the park has no control over the damage and everything that's happened around here, and I understand for safety reasons it's probably why all of this is closed. But you couldn't have mentioned it 2 miles back at the parking lot? Like, why let everyone walk here and discover it themselves? I don't know. It's just trying not to complain, but
I think we're gonna turn around here. Grizzly Giant is 0.3 miles away and we can't get to it. We can continue following this road, but we didn't plan on doing 10 miles round trip. So we are sadly gonna turn around and head to our next national park.
how does this happen? How big of a storm could this have been to uproot a tree of this size? Like, does this happen every year? Is this a normal thing? Or is this the first time this has happened in like 50 to 100 years?
We just listened to Ologies, one of our favorite podcasts, and it's actually not uncommon to have these giant trees fall over. Their root system is not very deep, so there's not a whole lot holding them up, and since they are so big, they can just topple. Although wildfires are massively destructive, the sequoias and redwoods are actually quite protected from all of the wildfires over the years. The bark is sometimes several feet thick and protects them from the fires. They've said this a lot before, but get to the park early, you'll never regret it.
Never.
So a little SOSAS at Sunrise history. Today is May 18th. A year ago today was supposed to start our infinite travels. We had tickets to Portugal and Spain. We had 6 weeks booked in Europe. All of that was subsequently canceled due to COVID. And a year ago today, I think I would be pretty pumped knowing that we were hiking in Yosemite today and 46 parks down. So things could have been worse, things could have been better for us. Everything turned out okay.
So let's see where we are May 18th of 2022. Could be anywhere.
Could
I
be
hope.
anywhere.
Anywhere. So we shall see. I hope you're still here to find out as well.
I'm just curious how often that kind of stuff happens, and just the fact that it's supposed to rain tonight.
It's supposed to thunderstorm. Actually, it should be